Okay, so getting some exercise and practice biking works really well for bike trekking or just improving and honing your skills in general. Right here I found a nice hill and a nice empty lot. It's got some bumps and rocks in it, but it's a pretty fun spot to run and do some circle laps. And that's what I'm out here doing today, trying to hone my skill set, so I'm a better biker, feel more agile. If you're riding on a bike and you're winded, you tend to be a less agile. And that's not a good thing if you're in traffic. A lot of cars use this parking lot to go through. Really surprised about that, but oh well. So yeah, if you find somewhere you can ride that's relatively safe from big metal monsters we call cars, a lot of joy can be found in simplest things. Very fortunate to have a very nice shifting bike at this time. Got pretty good shifting. Control going uphill. It's not clashing. Clashing is never fun when you're riding and the gears are clashing when you're trying to climb. I had the old hub on this bike was really worn. I'm guessing it was original, not the hub, but the sprocket. The rear sprocket, the cassette, was really worn, and it was twisting when you turned it. The individual gears would all shift and move. It was worn down, and I could not get my shifting. I kept skipping gears. It didn't look that bad, worn from the surface, and I adjusted my derailleur and I still couldn't get it to do right. I put a new chain on. That didn't fix the issue. My old chain was worn out, and I thought my rear derailleur is bad for sure, so I bought a new rear derailleur. Didn't put it on yet. But I also had a cassette on order, so I got that cassette in, and I put it on, and it solved the problems, and it's just so smooth with the cassette. It's just a totally new bike. And I was really surprised about that, because I thought it was the derailleur. turned out it was a cassette giving me all those problems. And the shifting is tight, it's firm, it's not skipping gears, and it just feels really good. Going uphill, it's not clashing. Part of it's riding pattern, and just some of it's adjustment and other things, but it feels good, so I'm pretty happy. Each click, I'm getting a shift at each click. Before, I was maybe doing a click and I just wasn't getting a shift. I also put new shifters on this at the same time as the cassette, so they definitely had an impact on that shifting. But regardless whether the cassette did more or the new shift levers did more, it feels amazing, and I've never been happier with the performance. Under a load is difficult for the bikes to shift. More difficult than if you're on just very little load. Yeah, it's so nice out today. But it's always good if you ride to tune your bike. Be more aware of how your bike shifts, how it stops, and just to be, you pretty much need to constantly tune a bike in order to keep them in tip-top shape, unless you got like a really good place to store and all brand new equipment. But otherwise than that, yeah, definitely tune and hone your bike, and tune and hone your bike skills. Yeah, definitely makes a big difference.